Hey guys, Pink here. Well, I'm finally back out in the shop, but not to work, unfortunately, to clean. This place, how does a shop just turn into a basket case mess within a few days, it seems? But no, it's probably been about a week now, almost a week. Christmas is coming. Well, Thanksgiving's gonna be here in 2 days. And I try to keep our videos kind of current, but you know, we're backed up a little bit with videos. But anyways, Christmas or Thanksgiving's like in 2 days. So like, a week ago, we had rain coming. So I figured I'll get the Christmas stuff up to the house. Jill was gonna be off for a week before Thanksgiving. She has to use some vacation time. Use it or you lose it. So we decided to put the Christmas stuff up a little earlier. We started it. I got it up there before the rain came. It has been raining on and off for most of a week now, 5-6 days. I think they said we got the most rain. We got almost a year's rainfall total in Phoenix here in this last week. They got actually like 31 inches of snow up north, and the ski hills opened, and there's been skiing up there for 4 or 5 days now at least. Actually snowed down Mount Lemmon, snowed all over the place. It's like, it's about 56 in the shop. I don't know, it's cold outside, damp, but it's gonna hit like 75 today. It's gonna be warm for a couple of days, and then I think Monday, I think about the high is about 64 for the next couple weeks. So I gotta clean this mess up. Like I said, I got Christmas boxes up here. I went and bought that engine parts are laying over there. I had deliveries, Clark's, California Corvairs. Actually, I don't know, maybe this is California Corvairs. And this is my lines, my fuel lines, and all my lines, brake lines. But this I had ordered years back when I was gonna start working on that one a few years back. I went, when I didn't know much of anything about Corvairs, I just ordered like $5,000, $6,000 worth of stuff out of Clark's Corvairs, out of the catalog, and just wanted to redo everything under there. But the brake lines under this one, I believe, aren't so bad. That one there was in Florida. They're horrible. So I'm going to use these on Blue Boy. It did get nice out yesterday. I did get the itch, and went out and cleaned up the yard a little bit, blew out the leaves, picked it up. Not that that has anything to do with Corvairs, but we got the stuff put together up in the house, the Christmas stuff. I've been kind of doing a little few things with Jill, trying to stay out of the shop, and she's like, you need to go out in the shop. So get out, you're bugging me. So I'm out here to clean, straighten this thing out. I have, like I said, I got this Christmas stuff. I got to find a different home for it out here because I got some racking back there. I want to move out of that corner. It's mostly Corvair parts for the 60. There's a red 66 that's covered up outside, and some other junk on the top. But I want to move that out of there. And for future, I want to put a 4-post lift in there. For 2 cars, so I could put 2 up and 2 down for storing them. One just popped up for sale, about half price of what they are new, and it's only 2 years old. Just don't have the extra scratch to go buy it, you know. I could sell a car, but anyways, I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing in my mess. Another thing too, I'm upset. My digital clock from Amazon burnt out on the wall. I came in here and it was flickering. I'm like, so I don't know, I bought the same one. The only thing is that thing goes about every week it's about 3 minutes fast. So they come with a remote, so it's really quick to change it. But I went and ordered another one. So I don't know, clean up this mess, do a few things. I got all these paint cans sitting up here. They shouldn't be up there. Need to get them in here. I don't even like where this is located. It's too close to where I weld, but for right now, I'll eventually get it back in the other bay. I got this mess to clean up. This 61, I think, like block motor FC. Got that to all clean up. The floor's clean. That's good. I do need to get under here. I'd like to get this painted with the next couple of days. I need to get that painted because it's going to get cold out. And well, this metal I'm using over under there. And then I got all this was Christmas stuff from the house. All these bins, they're all empty. Jill's got this Christmas village, and it was all stacked. Most of it was stacked up back there. And on that rack, and what I want to do is I got to get that rack out of there, and I want to be able to put a lift, a big 4-post. I could put 2 vans on top and put the 63 and 64 car underneath. But room, you never have enough room. I got to get my storage container cleaned out, get these tires out of here. There's a torque thrust. There's a transmission. What is this, the 140 motors over here now? It's just, it just piles up quick. And you never have enough space. And then, I got that, I don't know, it was a 102 or 95, I don't remember now. That motor there I picked up that was somewhat rebuilt and ready to run. That's the 61, out of the 61 ramp side. And that's the turquoise 63, and then some of this crap in here needs to go. It's just crap that's been covered up that we don't use. I do use that for parts. I do like putting my parts in, but that stuff's got to go somewhere. Jesus. This ain't about much of anything. I won't be working on any Corvairs. I'm going to be cleaning and straightening stuff. I haven't been out in the shop for almost like probably 5-6 days now. And it's been raining. So I've been in the house working on Christmas stuff for a few days. Jill's been off. I have decided this is going to be the donor vehicle right here. I already took the bumper brackets off of it because I needed them. I need to chop a part underneath there. I need Jeff, the machinist, he needs a good door. I says, you can take this one. I said, I had some fill in it. And he said that fill, he's not worried about it. I said, I have another door, driver's door, you're welcome to take. And he needs a few other pieces and parts. So, like I said, there is a lot of mud in this thing. I mean, they chopped and put that in there, which I don't like. Too bad they did that, but that's what they did. It's kind of crunched in back here a bit, but I kind of really hate to, I hate to do it, but sometimes you just need a vehicle for parts. I don't know, I do believe it has a car motor in it. It smells wonderful in here. But anyways, yeah, he needs, Jeff needs, well, that one's cut anyway, so that ain't gonna help him out unless I can cut it and fix it. Someone chopped his for a bigger battery, put a bigger battery in. They did that one there too, but for me, I could actually take that one. If that one's better, I could cut it up and grind it up, fix it. But this thing does have a lot of mud in it. And, you can see where it's just cracks from how thick the mud is in this thing. And the inside floor is not so great. So this one's going to be the donor vehicle. I'm going to try to save as much pieces as I can out of it and eventually just pull it all apart. I wouldn't mind just chopping it right down the center and keep like this side and just put it along the fence line. The center, or cut like, yeah, the center. We got the back door, front. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind doing that. Weld some brackets up to get the wheels to hold on there. Leave the glass in there too. Leave these 2 doors open. I might do that too. And just, yeah, time. I never have enough time, but yeah, that would be pretty cool. Chopper it down there. The rack is just a rack I sat on there. It came with, it was on top of a Greenbrier I got in New Mexico. So anyways, this is going to be the one I'm going to part out. Like I said, it's all over. And the story behind it is this one here was at Burning Man. And supposedly the only reason they stopped driving it broke the nose cone off broke the nose off the starter. That's what I was told. And when I bought it, it was completely full of parts to the top. And I since cleaned it out and sold a couple of the parts. I paid $500 for it. I sold a spider block for $100, and you know, used a few other parts that were in there off of it. So fortunately, this is the one that's going to get used for parts. Good windshield. It's got a scrape right in here on there for no wiper blade, but other than that, this one's the parts one. I'll clean in the shop, and I thought that one box was my California Corvair stuff, and I do remember I had that shipped to Jill's parents' house because I have to sign for it here, and I can't do that with gates, and they don't show up when they're supposed to. So it's my filter, my primary filter for the Ingersoll Rand. So let's go take a look at that. So this here is my air compressor room. And I'm gonna spend a little time cleaning this too and change the oil. But anyways, this thing, after years, the bottom in here gets clogged up with crap, and the aluminum in here starts falling apart and gets corrosive and kind of wrecks it, and it needs a new filter anyways in there. And unfortunately, you can't just order that little part, this bottom part. You gotta buy the whole thing, and it's really freaking like, I think it's $300 for this. And I don't want to just unscrew the bottom on this and put it on there. I'm just going to go ahead and put the whole new one on. So, and I'm just going to take these off here and slide it over and just replace the whole thing. And hopefully it don't take me all day just to do that. I'm having a leak. That's the primary. There's an automatic dump there. The automatic dumps the water. I have this one here freezes the air out, and then there's a secondary here. So HEPA filter. All right, I got it off. I just unscrewed them, and I was able to slide that back that way. I just had to take a couple screws off the bracket. Now let's go see if we can get the other one on there. I'm just gonna take these off and put them in there. And then maybe I'll see if I can take this apart on a rainy day and maybe bead blast it and clean it out. But I'll show you. Ow. Good there. Oh, man. That bugger is tight. You can see the filter is junk. There's water in there. The top's probably fine, but I want to change it all anyways. And in the bottom in here, it gets all the paint. This paint comes off, and it's like aluminum, so it starts corroding. And then the automatic dump, it just sticks and just lets air out. And so you got to play around with it until you get it to stop. So time to replace it. So I pulled this one off. It had Oh, my Teflon tape, the stuff I got. I bought this years back, this blue monster. It's thicker tape. That's the stuff I used when I put all the plumbing, piping in for air for this shop. So I'll peel off what I can. I just hit it on the wire wheel a little bit. And we'll wrap some new stuff on there and tighten them in there. Teflon tape, hold it in your left hand. Now if you're right hand, it might be backwards for you. Hold it in your left hand, grab her, pull her, get her wrapped over. Some of these guys be like, oh, it's brass, you don't have to. Oh, baloney. When I put all this together, you had to give it a few wraps. Snap her off. I'm gonna mix. This one goes right on this side here. And the reason you go under over is when you tighten it in, this isn't gonna start turning the wrong way and binding up and peeling your Teflon tape off. So that's how you do it. All right, got that one tightened. This one I just got her snugged up with that way, and I'm gonna run my clothes in down there. Snug her up real nice. And if it has no leaks, I'll be super happy. And I'll be super happy if I don't have to, because I've been dealing with this thing getting worse and worse over the last 6 months leaking. So I always had to, before I release my air, I'd have to leave it loose, let it blow the air and any water out, and then I'd slowly have to tighten it up, and I couldn't tighten it all the way before it finally sealed, but maybe I can bead blast that bottom, pull that stuff if I can pull this apart and try to clean it up. And I don't know if I should paint it, maybe paint it, and just try to keep it for a spare. That second one on there, the HEPA filter in there, that one's been leaking for a long time. I just put a plug in there, it leaks a little bit. But I mean, $300 a pop, come on, man. It's just, you know, that's why I wasn't buying one of these for a long time. I put it in a Amazon shopping cart wait, no, not Amazon. Maybe through Amazon. They have distributors too. I think that's the cheapest place I found it, but it came from a distributor. And 300 was the cheapest I could find it. Now they have it down here in Arizona, Ingersoll Rand. That's where I bought everything. But far as I know, the last time I went there, you can't go up to the place and go in and buy it. You have to order it online and get it shipped or some crap like that. So it was nice when you could go down there and just pick up what you want. So like I said, the last time I was down there, I don't know, it might have been, maybe I did replace this. I think I replaced this once before. So, and I went down there and they have a sign that says pickups only or something, or I don't know, will call only. So before you could go in and actually talk to someone, that's how I like to do stuff, talk to someone. So I actually took a rag and cleaned this out on each side because it was kind of crusty. Well, it's crusty on here a little bit. But I cleaned this kind of like rusty grease looking stuff. And I did wipe a little bit of this synthetic grease on there a little bit. I believe this is the stuff I used on the tire changer when I did all the fittings and stuff. So we'll stick her back together. All right, got her together. I didn't put the screws in the other end, that holds the hose, but let's give her the test. Nice, good, no leaks there. All right, so I just threw the old one in the box. Someday when I get some time, maybe I'll take it apart, throw it in the blast box, see see if I can blast and clean and paint that inside bottom, and maybe just get a new filter for it and use it. This stupid clock here, it's strobing. I went to put the new one in and opened it up. I'm like, okay, it's a battery clock. And I thought it was corded, but it said remote control, and I pulled the plastic piece out of the bottom for the battery to work, and nothing does nothing. And I thought, well, what am I doing wrong here? So I thought, well, maybe the battery's dead. You know, you never know. So I'm like, I'm going inside to talk to Jill. She'll figure this electronics out. It's just a clock. Brought it. We looked at it. I went and we had another battery. It's like a big watch battery. Put that in there, nothing. You know, you go to the directions and it's in 20 different languages and it's this big. So you take a picture, zoom in, because I can't see it, you know. And it says right on there, remote control. Well, there was no remote control in there, it doesn't work. So I'll send that one back and probably just try to go on our previous orders and order another one. So that was a half an hour spent screwing around. waste of time, like I said. All right, yeah. I figured since I'm in here, I'm gonna do an oil change on this thing, check the air filter. And what I like to do is I like to blow this all off and I wipe it all down. That way I can see if there's any oil leaks anywhere ever. I do have a piece of cardboard, Ingersoll Rand piece of block stapled to the wall where I write my dates when I do my oil changes. It says I haven't did it since 10/19/22. I just hadn't write it up there. I usually do it every year. I might have not have did it last year because I stopped cutting with the plasma table, and I haven't. I think it was last year. I haven't ran the table in like a year or so. That's dated too. I always date stuff, so I'll yeah. This is, and I did order. I got extra ones. And boxes, I ordered, because everything's a pain and it's expensive for shipping. And like I said, I can't go down to Ingersoll Rand and just pick the stuff up anymore, it seems. So I did order, the last time I ordered a few extra filters, and it's only like a quart of oil, I believe, in here. I ordered that. And I put it all back in the box with the oil in it. And I got this piece of wire, I wired this up here and just let her first. Yeah, let her drain. First, I think I just put my bottle under it. I don't remember. Bottle under with the funnel, catch most of it, cap it, put this under, let it drip out. So we'll give this a good once over. I like to keep my stuff maintained for the most part. It looks like it's been kind of neglected a little bit lately. It's a little dusty, but you know, I've been making a lot of dust in the shop lately. So we'll get this thing cleaned up and new oil in it, filters, and I've never changed the belts on it, but take a look at that too. Another thing I do before I put these filters back in there is they put a sticker on there. I get that thing off of there because it takes up that much more of the filter area. I don't know why they got to put a big warning sticker on there that you can't read the crap anyways. These things are a bugger to get them off because they tend to stick on all this little stuff here. I don't know if I can warm it up and that would make it come off. Maybe I'll try to do that a little bit with the torch just because I know I've done it before, and I try to pick it all off because I want this filter to do its job. So that's what I did. I warmed it with the torch a little bit, propane torch, and the sticker came off pretty dang good. Stuck a little bit in one spot. Not too bad. Very happy because I know in the past, the other ones I did, I don't know, I always put that facing down, that where it's meshed together. In the past, man, that's a bugger. And this really works slick to go ahead and put that, warm it. There's a nylon washer. I wiped it all off in there with a little bit of, I used Armor All. I usually use sometimes I wet a rag with WD-40, but that tends to, like when I wipe it down, it tends to just make dust stick to it more. So we'll leave it right there, not gonna over tighten that. So I think I'll turn the fan on in here, kick the compressor air on, blow, I don't know if I blow it off. I'm gonna try blowing it out. Blow some of that out of there and then I'll wipe the rest down. Well, she's already looking a lot better. I gotta get way under there and clean off everything. I clean every little bit I can on here. And like I said, I usually do it once a year. But I don't know, I don't think I've written, because I know I don't neglect and wait that long on stuff, so I probably wasn't writing it down, but anyways, we'll keep at her. She's looking good. All right, I got everything clean in here. I cleaned the wall off a bit. It gets dusty. Nice clean oil, all season synthetic. But I still try to get it changed every once a year. The air filter definitely needed it. So yeah, I let some drain into here until it started slowing down a little bit. And I got my can, so I have to sit there and hold it. And then I just dump it back into I saved my empty one, and then I'll dump that in my oil to go ahead and I recycle it to O'Reilly's. They take it. I said we run this thing. We were running it every year for I don't know how many years. Quite a few years. We'd run it from mid-October till maybe sometime in May, and we would run this thing 4 to 5 days a week, and it would run from like 6 in the morning till 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 9 hours, 8 hours. It usually ran at least 8 hours a day, 9, sometimes more, that whole time. So this thing's got a lot of use in it, and I haven't had any issues yet. I just changed the oil, maintain it. The oil will probably come out quicker if I'd unbolt it and tip it, but I'm not doing all that. I'll just let it, it's almost done here anyways. And it's pretty nice and clean, but we change it anyways. Stuff's expensive. I can't imagine how much this costs nowadays. It's probably up there in price, even like everything. So we'll finish this, put some oil in it. And yeah, I had built this room in here. I built the room. I do store my oxygen in here and my welding gas and all that good stuff. It's all insulated, so when I close the door, it's quiet in the shop. I put that fan in up there, wired it in there, and that gets the heat out of here. If we're cutting and it gets warm in the afternoon, and I do open the door just to get a little more airflow and stick a fan in here. That is where I have the air come in, where I close when I keep the door closed. It's a vent. I was always planning on putting a filter in there, and I do a lot of grinding and stuff on the outer side, so that's why it gets a little dirty in here. Like I said, I have a temperature thermometer in here. It'll vary to 120 in here when it's in a hot day in early October, mid-October, and towards May. Other than that, stays pretty cool in here. I'll put my disconnect in. This is just a smaller air compressor right here. I keep it covered up here. And what I can do is I can, when I plumbed all this and piped it all, I put a shut off in here, and I can shut off my compressor area so the air doesn't go back into there. And I can plug in the air compressor just to run air through my lines in the shop if need be. So that's my secondary HEPA filter, my air dryer. And this here would be the one I just put in, the primary filter, air dryer, I should say. They have the automatic dumps. I have a switch down there that I turn on my dump. I have an automatic dump on the compressor, and you can set the times, how long it releases the air for and how often. So it goes off every, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I don't remember. It's just a short spurt. That I have piped outside. I got finally this rubber hose out here, this heavy rubber hose, because every year and a half, it seemed like I had to change that hose because it would dry up. And that's plumbed outside. And same with this one here is plumbed outside. And I have to change that hose. It's like a plastic one, and it is, I think it's crap outside already now. And I have it just goes into a milk can out there. And it goes into a milk can that I put a whole bunch of blocks of wood in. Just kind of use as a muffler. I actually used an old motorcycle muffler back out there once. Just stuck the hoses in there. So it's just to make it a little quieter outside, so the neighbors ain't hearing this psst, psst, psst all the time. So I think it's just about done. There you go. She's just about done. So I'll go ahead and finish this. And that's just a little spiel on my air compressor room. And hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks Corvair Addiction.